Hey, it is Kim, and it is time just for me to do a quick little video about something that I'm becoming more and more aware of. And I've learned in the brain science work I've done about how our survival brains process and have created these habitual patterns in our life that we still are hijacked by today. So we're still in Mexico. We had a great retreat last week, and we're here just this week recreating, uh, resting, relaxing, and Joe's playing a lot of golf. So it's fun. But I wanted to just bring your attention to something that maybe you, once you're aware of, you may notice now. And not notice without judgment, by the way. Like, awareness without judgment is key. If you're just aware of it, sometimes you can just beat yourself up more and more and more. So our brains were wired to make everything about us, because part of survival is how these things affect us, and how is that affecting me, and how is that affecting me, and how does that affect me. Absolutely necessary, especially when we're younger or in the survival part of our brain that isn't connected to logic or reasoning. It's really important that we have that radar running constantly. So what I've noticed though now, and maybe you're going to notice this, is as we are adults and we have this newer brain and we have more capabilities now, and we have more resourcefulness, that we don't need to keep everything wired about how everything is affecting us. We're still wired that way. And how you can know is by watching your reactions or listening to the conversation in your head when you have a conversation with someone else, or you're in a conversation and somebody brings up something. Let's just say they have something really good to say. They have some good news. Hey, we're going on a cruise. We're going to go on a cruise to New Zealand. I'm so excited. We're saved and saved and saved, and we're going on a cruise. Okay, so watch and see. There's two different directions this brain wiring can go. One is, oh man, I never get to go anywhere because we're so broke and we don't get to go anywhere fun. And no, right? That. So what did their cruise to New Zealand have to do with anything about you being broke and can't afford it? It had nothing to do with you. And yet the wiring, that's what your initial immediate thought can be, is that one. There's another one, however, that, let's say you went on a New Zealand cruise. Oh my gosh, we went there and we did this and we did that and we stopped there. Oh, and then we did this amazing thing. And that flight is so long. So just get ready, because we had to move up to business class because we couldn't. And the other person's going, oh wait, I was just telling you about me. Are we talking about you now? Did we switch? And that's how human interaction can go. And then we go, and then if there's another person there, they're going to tell about that. Well, I didn't go to New Zealand, but you know what? We went to Fiji and we went to Europe and we did da 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 da. And it's like, oh my gosh, just one up, or wah, 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 wah. Because your brain is automatically designed to associate everything as it applies to you. So without investigation, that's what your relationships will be like. And the issue there isn't that it's in and of itself bad or, horrible. It's that when you get into more and more deeper conversations, or with your spouse or your children, you're never fully present with anyone else, because you're at the mercy of this wiring that is all about wiring about how this applies to you and more me, and more me. So it's an unwiring, and it's a habit. Like, you can actually unwire this as you're aware of it and go, oh, in fact, Joe and I sometimes play games. We'll be in a conversation where someone will bring up something and we both know we have a story to tell about it. So we're both cognizant of it right away. But then we on purpose don't say anything, because we focus completely on, oh, well, how did that feel? Well, what are you going to do? Oh, that is so cool for you. Great. So what are you going to do? How did that happen? Tell us more. Tell us more. We're not being inauthentic, but it feels inauthentic because it's so unusual compared to what most people, and how we were wired. So just play a game with it. Watch and see how many times in a conversation you go to you first and you stay in you. If you notice that you go to you, that's okay, because that's awareness. That's your awareness, like, oh, this isn't about me, so we're just going to stay with you. We're staying with you. And they don't have to know one thing about you. They don't have to know. They're going to live without knowing it. And if they do happen to say, oh, have you guys done a cruise to New Zealand, Australia? Oh yeah, it was, but it's going to be so much fun. So what excursions are you going to go on? So like, we'll say it and then we'll come back to them. If they go, well, what excursions did you go on? We'll share. It's not like we're never going to talk if it's appropriate, but we're overcoming this tendency to make it all about us all the time, and either wah wah or woo woo about us, because it's about them. And people will feel heard. People, if you're having conflicts in your family, if you're having issues with your kids, they don't want to hear about what you were like when you were young. Oh yeah, I did that too, and da 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 da. Talk to the hand. They're not going to talk to you. And if they talk to you, it'll be very superficial. So this will deepen your relationships. This will also help heal those pathways that were there because you felt the need to have to brag about you and make you bigger and prove that you're good. All that stuff is all wired in there. So anyway, just make it a game, be gentle with yourself, and just see what happens. I'd love to hear the feedback if you have any for me about it. Okay, bye.